She made it.
Hello.
Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. It's Viv. She made it to the 100K club. What up? How does that feel?
Good. I want to do it every month.
Let's do it. All right, let's get
Yes.
you sorted. Okay,
Yes.
you got it.
Are you?
Huh?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. All right, today we have Viv in the house. Thank you so much, Viv. Welcome to the 100K club. I'm so excited for you. You so deserve it. And you know, from the beginning, you've been amazing. So just out of curiosity, I know we had a session at the 10K, 100K. It's a big difference. Not everyone gets there, Viv, and it does indicate the fact that you are special and someone that followed through. You never give up. What was the difference? What do you believe now from where you were to where you are now? Anything different about yourself?
Yes. I completely rethought the product because of how you teach and how you coach and how you've structured your course and how so many times you said create it on the go. And I couldn't get my head around my business because it's so practical, hands-on, how I could have that logistically be on the go. And it's been extraordinary because following your style of training online, I have in 40 years never seen the results I'm seeing right now. It's mind blowing because I'm watching people in real time, just like you do your coaching sessions, and you're challenging people, you're calling them out, and you're cuddling people when they need to be cuddled. You're being strong when you need to be strong. I mean, I'm really following a lot of how you teach. So beyond the marketing aspect, which is a different bucket, how you've helped me design content when I've been in education for 40 years is actually extraordinary because I've never seen results the way I'm seeing them right now.
That's amazing. Look, and appreciate that. It is a like that's what I always tell people, just model exactly what we're doing. And I know the do it on the go sounds like a really it just sounds so different to what you think you should be doing. And most coaches, consultants want to create a course, then go and sell it. But the problem with that is that in today's world, you just can't get away with that. That's what 90% of the people online have done. They've built a course trying to get people to go through it. But today, as you know, the difference is when you create it with your client, it's this evolving program that really does answer your client's problems in a very specific way. And you're going to create something in your space no one will ever create. No one will ever get access to the level of how good your program will be because you're copying the same process. So I'm really excited for you for that. Remind us, what was the original problem that started you on this journey with us?
In the space for 18 years, had a real hard time transitioning from live to online. Obviously, the technology changes during that time, how to sell the message, how to convey the value in a space where there's so much free. Your language about free and how free is never valued, and you think that you're, as a coach or a trainer, giving someone something because it's free and you think you're doing the right thing, where really it's the wrong thing. And I'd never viewed it as that. So that was huge. You changed my mindset. Then the whole point of addressing people's pain points and being the solution to those pain points, being authentic, being truthful and caring, and the human touch. So everything that you've done, I've kind of mirrored, and I'm still taking baby steps, because in some ways what you present to us, you go, oh, well, that's pretty simple. There's the pain, here's the solution. What's the big deal? Now just record a little video, you're done and dusted, right? And that's, in some ways, it is so simple, but in other ways, there's so many layers. And I think what makes you special, Ed, is the fact that you have the coaching therapeutic background to understand barriers and blocks where we as the owners of our business can be our biggest enemy. And I think those transitions were huge. So I identified pain, which I've never thought about before, because I always thought you've got to be rah, ever so positive. So for heaven forbid you should ever say, well, do you suck at doing hair? Do you really? Come on, baby, I'm going to help you. I mean, I'd never do that, right? And in an elegant way, I have. And I've been amazed how many people need help. But I think your gift is that you understand the business, but you haven't lost your human touch. You can empathize with pain and how to convey that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, thank you, I appreciate that. There is a big difference to what we do to other people out there, because most online businesses, with the utmost respect, they have a business helping other people have a business, and that is the world of the online space today, and a lot of people don't realize that. Whereas where I started was a one-to-one coaching mindset, and I still have that offer. And so you're replicating the same process that built my cornerstone business, which has multiple offers within it now, consultancy, it still has mindset, certification, all that sort of thing. And you're copying the same process, but I also understand what it's like to be in your space, trying to learn from other people that don't really understand what it is to be a teacher, trying to convey this to your clients as a marketing person. So I do know what that, and that a lot of people say that, so I do appreciate that. But what have you liked the most? What have you used the most? What's been the most beneficial? Sometimes people say just the methodology, sometimes people say the live support, sometimes people say the closer process or the ads or the funnels. Or what was it for you that was a game changer?
Trying to convey value, I think that was huge. I mean, I always enjoy the lives that you do, because there's always something to learn, and how you navigate around roadblocks, I think, is really fascinating. The close, definitely. I would be one. Oh, and by the way, just throw in the price and panic and run off. And you address that so many times, own it and just take a pause and say, how would you like to pay today? And say it with confidence and slow down. So that anxiety around asking what you think you're worth, but actually underneath you don't think you're worth it, that has been a confidence builder, just addressing those demons. So I would say the front end and the back end, because my content's always been solid, but my messaging about my content, the closing of the content, and also how to chase the ping pong balls. You show many times, okay, so this ping pong ball is bouncing from thing to thing to thing, how to bring them in, and just to quietly say with compassion, well, if you don't make this change, where will you be in 1 year's time? And so I've been able to say that with kindness, right? I do my little ed.
So the ping pong ball is your potential client who's all over the place. I love that.
Totally. I mean, I'm a ping pong ball too, which is really concerning, because I've attracted what I am. But hairdressers are ping pong balls, and they literally are bouncing and bouncing and bouncing from one shiny object to the other, and they're not listening. And so being so simple with your message and being really clear about this is going to help you and believing in it. And because I rolled out a product I'd never, ever done before, that was your model, I was terrified. And I actually was very nervous of selling it. It was oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work? But I actually trusted in the process and discovered, wow, rather than me doing what I think is fabulous, I'm going to meet them where they live, the client where they live, and I'm going to find out their pain points, and I'm going to go from there. So it has definitely shifted it around. And your hands, because it's a physical business I'm in, your hand's going to do what your mind says. So if your mind is saying, I can't do it, then your hands are not going to do it. So your coaching around coaching actually has been very, very, very valuable. I probably listen to your tutorials now, cleaning my teeth, in the bathroom, driving, vacuuming. I mean, I've listened to you for hours and hours and hours and hours, and I've listened to some of them over and again. And some things you just think, oh yeah, I can do that. And then you go and try it, and it's like, no, you can't. And it's like, well, that's so damn simple. How come you, why can't you? It's like, well, you missed this part. It's like, oh God, really? So I think you've got to listen to it over and over and over again and apply it and then be brave enough to adapt it, because I think if you don't adapt to your brand and your style, then it's not authentic. You can't speak the truth. So it's like you've got to take what you have and then go, okay, now then how do I shift this so a 19-year-old's going to hear it or whatever. And I in one of the programs I'm running right now, my eldest person is 70, who said he wants to reinvent himself. My youngest is 18.
Wow, such a big difference.
Yes.
But, yeah. But going back on what you said, like them being ping pong balls, but like I would say most people in the online space today, their heads are blown apart. They don't have a process to drill down on. And sparkly syndrome is a real problem. Going from one thing to another thing to another thing, trying to create multiple different businesses is, the surest way to have massive failure. And so by drilling you down, and that's a byproduct of the training, which you're now doing for your clients, to drilling them down on one thing, getting that one thing, getting them to repeat it over and over again. So that's how we compound. So you end up with 100K in achievable time period so that you can now scale it up. That's awesome, Viv. Thank you so much for sharing. And look, what would you say to someone who was on the edge of joining COA?
Trust the process. Trust you. You are a brilliant young man. You have compassion. You care. You have a great team. Listen to every single video. Apply it. Trust. Put the demons aside and just trust the process, because if you do everything that you say and you roll up your sleeves, and when you're having a wobbly moment, you just say, this is a wobbly moment and this too shall pass. You keep focused on the prize, and you don't let technology and you don't let things that you don't like to do get in the way of the prize. Because if you've got the right product and you can transform lives, you are the best tool for digitizing it and making it grow.
Love that. I asked you this before, Viv, but I know that you didn't have any hesitations about joining. You listened once, I think you said, and then just went for it.
Yeah, I listened to you talk, and you it was like you were talking to me personally, where every single thing I was hurting with, you addressed. I didn't read one of your testimonies. I just believed in you, and my heart and my intuition just said, this guy can help me. Everybody else has failed, and you've been true to it.
Oh, thank you. Well, right back at you. Let's get you, well, first of all, welcome to the 100K Club. Let's get 100K per month. Let's do it. All right, that being said, thank you so much for committing. Thank you for being so wonderful, because it doesn't work without people like yourself. You consistently turned up, you consistently were open, coachable, and easy to coach. And that doesn't come without going through troubles and traumas, dropping an ego. And it has to be that combination. Like, it doesn't work unless you are willing to be coached, if you're willing to to do the work, and you really have. And so that's why you are where you're at. So it's a real privilege to be part of your wonderful journey. That being said, let me get you clear on your next step so we can aim for 100K per month. Let's do it, because you've got it's all there. All right.
Well, something too, ego has definitely been an issue, and insecurity has definitely been an issue, and taking it personally has been an issue. So there's three enemies. Because I've had so much success in my career outside of the digital platform, where I've pulled huge audiences. And when I started webinars 15 years ago, I used to have 15,000 people show up and stay for an hour and a half, right? Exactly. Those were the days. Right now, it's like a whole different ball game. So there's the ego I've had to deal with. Then there is the insecurity that I'm not good enough. And this is where you have helped me. simplify, simplify. You say don't overcook it. Because it did not sell, I did more and more and more. And I have 1,500 videos on my website. 1,500. In the course I'm running right now, there are almost 200 videos that they're going through, and it's amazing. So that is, it's not working. So do more, do more, do more, do more, do more. And then there is, well, why won't they buy? Why won't they buy? I must be terrible. I am rubbish. I am rubbish. And I just had a birthday 2 days ago, and my assistant put out this birthday thing about me, whatever, and it went viral and it exploded. And I generally on my social have 3 or 4 comments. I have 500 comments within a couple of hours. And I was so shocked because I thought, no one likes me. No one wants to buy my product. I'm no good anymore. I'm all of these things, right? Because I wasn't seeing the numbers I wanted to see in the time I wanted to see it. So you've helped me with that. And I do have a problem with ego, insecurity, and overcooking everything I do.
I think it's a lot better now, because otherwise you'd not been open to the process. There's, you know, when you say you have those things, you wouldn't be here if you really had high levels of, you wouldn't be here. That's what high level of ego is. A high level of ego is that, you know, I know it already, even though one doesn't have the result. So there's nothing wrong with like, oh, this is like, I don't feel I want like this is, there's nothing wrong with that. That's being aware of something that's emotionally triggering you. But yeah, I don't classify you as someone that has high ego, because again, like, you're very easy to coach. You know when it's like when talking to someone that has nothing's going in. So it's like they're never going to get anywhere because they can't even accept it. Anyway, let's get to your next steps, Viv.
Okay.
Again, thank you so much for being here. Let's smash out your 100K a month plan.